Hello everyone, welcome back to Mizuho Plays Elizabeth. I am Stanley, aka Dreamsword, aka Evil King, aka the Seventh Enemy. And I am joined by Mr. Foreign. Say hello.
Say hello.
Now say it in Polish.
Cześć. Witam.
Say it in Dutch.
Goedemorgen.
Now say it in French.
Fuck French.
Wow, okay. Alright, but anyway, we're at the Megoria Highlands right now. And if we haven't said it before, fuck whoever thought world map dungeons were a good idea.
It's terrible. And I see you are actually doing the one thing that everybody tells you not to do.
Oh no, it's not this one.
Not this one?
Nope, it's a different one. Which, I wanted to record that one, but, basically there's a series of puzzles in this dungeon. For one of the puzzles, I looked through like 4 different guides, and every single guide was like, no, skip this puzzle, fuck this puzzle, and I'm like, but why?
Yeah, it's kind of the case of, you have to skip one puzzle anyway, and everybody just tells you to deal it with that one, even though that puzzle isn't all that difficult.
Yeah. But yeah, see, we want to catch the air current to get up there. This is actually the only puzzle room you probably should go to, though, because there's treasure here. Anyway, what is the point of all these puzzles? The gimmick is that each puzzle you do weakens the boss by a little bit. But the thing is, I tested this, and, the boss isn't really that much harder if you just fight him at full power.
It is. It's not all that hard as long as you're capable of actually hitting him.
As long as you're not Natalia.
Exactly.
But I mean, if you want to just, like, curb stomp him, then yeah, you know, go ahead and, just do these puzzles.
Those currents are, like, so ambiguous in space.
They are. Hey, Melon's Joe. There we go. So yeah, this is like the only one you should basically go to, because the other ones don't really offer that much of a reward. That said, though, none of the puzzles are really all that super difficult. I mean, this is probably the easiest one, the wind one, because you literally just have to knock everything into its proper place. So, no tricks about it or anything.
Yeah, I mean, why is there even a wind theme to it?
I don't know, because the currents can blow you around if you're not careful, I guess?
It's a minor annoyance?
Basically. See, like that. Oh no, I have to walk back.
I have to walk back a couple steps, the horror.
Yes. But yeah, getting back to the original point, fuck whoever thought world map dungeons were a good idea, because,
they run at like 10 or 20 frames.
yeah. It's not good.
And also, considering how everything in this is built around fixed camera angles and, like, you know, showing you where you need to go with that, it just doesn't work with with the world map dungeons, because not only do you have enemies they keep spawning all the time, and it just gets annoying very, very fast.
Yeah, they outpace you really fucking quick. I was like, oh wait. But,
Oopsie daisy.
But yeah, so there's like no avoiding encounters even if you want to, first of all. Second of all, you run slow as fuck.
On the world map, yes.
Yes, and so getting anywhere takes
We
forever.
ran into one hell of a monster the last time we came here.
I hope we don't run into it again.
I wonder where the passage ring is.
Oh,
It should be sealed with the Dothic seal, just like the others. Let's look for it.
that super powerful monster that one time.
Yeah.
Major!
Too slow!
I love that even the cutscenes lag.
Any sort of speed.
Tyr, stop this foolishness. Commandant Grants is worried about you.
You can even see it
You
on
are the fools.
We know about your health. Is this world really worth giving your own life to save? I'm sure you've heard the truth about Hod.
Politicians controlled by the score using it for their own ends, just as Van said.
Then join us. The Commandant will spare you and the other survivor of Hod.
Thanks, but I'll pass on a world replaced entirely with replicas. What's wrong with the land and
And I
people we
figured
have
that
now?
the swimsuits are only
They
fitting
will
here
never
because
escape
we're in
the
the middle of
curse
the
of
desert.
Yulia's score.
You know. Lag. Fuck. Can't hit her.
In time, you'll come to understand just how accurate Yulia's score is. The score is stronger than a few disturbances.
Even the text boxes are
History will
slower.
proceed as the seventh
Yeah.
phone stone shows.
The 7th phone stone. Has Van found it?
No, Tyr. That was it. That thing was the 7th phone
So,
stone.
yeah.
Wait,
I'm pretty sure
Apparently,
this is
she
the
didn't
only
come
Tales
here to
game that
fight.
did it. I could be remembering
Guy,
wrong, but I'm
where did you see
glad
the
it's not a
seventh
thing
phone
anymore.
stone?
Let's put it that way.
In Hod. When I was a kid, Van took me to see it once.
In Hod? That's the first I've heard of that.
Van said it was in a secret place. Its location passed down within the Fende family. Fende was one of the 7 sages who served Yulia.
Yulia's children carried on her phonic hymns and abilities from one generation to the next.
You're one of Yulia's
I
descendants
still
yourself,
want him to
are
this
you not?
prequel.
Well, that's what Van
It'll
told
make it
me.
so
I
interesting.
don't have any proof, though.
But you can sing those phonic hymns.
And only a descendant of Yulia would be guarding the 7th phone stone. The 7th phone stone disappeared into the core along with Hod. That light we saw when going into the core, that was the 7th phone stone. I'm sure of it.
If the 7th phone stone was in Hod, then when Hod was destroyed, it could have sunk into the liquefied land, but...
Then Master Van knows the future written on the seventh phone stone?
By the
Could we
way, the
actually be
location of
doing
the 7th
something
phone
bad?
stone doesn't seem to make
The
any
outer
sense
lands
if
will
you go
fall
purely by this
regardless. It's better to
explanation.
lower them slowly so people don't get hurt.
Inside the world,
Yeah,
somewhere.
I'm just worried about everything we don't know.
Oh, not just that. I mean where you eventually find it later.
Yeah, I just assumed they found it, or it was
Right.
fake,
This is the
or
place.
it was
There's no
a
sign
different
of Master Van
one.
being here. Go ahead, Ion.
Right.
Look, even the Vatic seal has lower textures here.
Yep.
Hang in there, Ion. Thank
And
you.
if you don't care, shut up.
I'm sorry. This always happens. I have the original's abilities, but not his strength.
You weren't just sick after all.
Right.
It's a strange feeling, seeing the research I began spread in this way.
I think Ash is angry about it, but I'm seriously grateful. If you hadn't thought up Thaumacrine, I'd never have been born. Though
Also, I
probably
totally
wasn't
want
meant to
Luke
be.
swimming trunks in real life. Just saying.
Luke, you said you weren't going to talk like that anymore.
Yeah, stop putting yourself down.
Yeah, stop, Master.
All right, all right.
Luke, get your personality back. Oh!
Wow! I didn't expect to see foam machines like these in a place like this.
Why the hell do you sound so
Guy
happy?
X machinery.
Living in Kimlaska opened my eyes to the
Totally.
wonders of phonic technology.
It's the only woman he would ever touch.
A Fembot.
Dawn Age
Yeah.
phone machines were built so well.
I
Men
I
really like this
I
sort
should
of
rename
thing,
the
don't
boss
they?
for this
My
repair
papa
fembot.
likes building models, too.
Mm.
He's like a little kid.
Whatever, women just don't get it. Come on, let's go! Let's go!
just like how
I should
I
have become a phonic technician instead of a swordsman.
renamed Slan with Stan.
Yes, totally. I'm so glad I now have the ability to play this game in 480p, by the way.
It looks so much prettier.
It does. The widescreen hack for it looks good, too.
I mean, I tried it, but I wouldn't say. I would just say stick with 480p because there is way too much things in this game that just disappear off of the screen.
Gotcha.
Just for something like this, doesn't work very well.
Gotcha.
With some other games, like for example, Final Fantasy X, they made a lot more complicated ones where they readjusted the camera angles and such. So they fixed a lot of issues, but not with something like this.
Gotcha.
And, well, Wild Arms 3 with widescreen hag is a comedy in on its own. Totally do it.
It becomes an entirely different kind of beautiful game.
Yes. Oh no.
Although at least it's not as. I mean, I imagine it's kind of off topic, but real quick, the widescreen hack for Phantasy Star Online is pretty funny too.
Yeah, like I noticed you were using that, right?
Yeah, I was.
Awesome! It's a mechanical doll!
So
I mean, it looks good, but just like the transition
Wait,
screens
if
are
it
hilarious.
attacks you,
yeah, that's
This isn't a combat machine,
the
Tyr.
weird
It's
thing
probably here
about
to maintain the phone
GameCube.
machinery.
You mean he's the one who maintains the passage ring?
Well, the passage rings throughout the world are all connected. Maybe when there's a serious problem, this guy heads out to fix it.
But the passage rings wound up breaking anyway.
Well, yeah.
Guys,
If
like,
the
damn.
Sephiroth going out of
There goes my
control
theory.
had been written in the score, then perhaps this mechanical doll was programmed with how to deal with it.
It looks like the passage ring is down below.
There's a giant section of the friggin'
The
elevator
elevator's not
missing.
working. The power's out.
Are you serious? Are there any stairs or anything?
I don't see any.
Then I guess Guy or Jade will have to work their magic.
I'm sorry, I'm afraid my specialty is phonic arts. I'll pass.
But you made Famicry.
I just developed the theory. It was Dist who built the phone machinery.
Plot development.
You look concerned.
We need to replace the broken power supply with a new one, but
there's no replacement.
except for him.
Dun dun dun.
If we take his power supply and attach it here, it'll probably work.
What? If you take his power supply, he'll stop working.
Yeah, sucks.
Yeah, but that's the only way.
But he's working so hard. I feel sorry for him.
We don't have a choice. There's no other way.
Feeling empathy for something that has no soul. Attack it. Whatever.
It's funny, this is like the only fight where they actually, if you die, you don't die.
Yeah. As they said, it's not designed to kill. Anyway, if this guy weren't easy enough, those 3 puzzles we did removed all of his elements except for fire. So he lost 3/4 of his arsenal, and also, considering that I'm being Jade here, I can just stand back and not get hit, ever, basically.
Yeah, considering how most of his spells are already gone.
Yeah.
Tyr can tank it.
Yeah. She'll be fine. Whatever. Anyway, this guy is weak to wind and water. That said, it's not like it really gives you that much of an advantage, so I just kind of spam whatever spell I feel like.
Honestly, as long as you can stun lock him, he can't do much.
Yeah. And as per usual, my main use of Overlimit is just to run out other people's Overlimit.
But yeah, we were talking about the widescreen hacks. In general, just don't use it when fixed camera angles are involved.
Yeah.
If something like Wild Arms 3, it doesn't make that much of a difference because you're viewing everything top down anyway.
Yeah.
So there are very few situations where there's actually going to be land missing.
Look at that, just taking frickin' explosions.
Not even a flinch.
Nope. The best spell in the series, clearly, Photon.
It's the most powerful spell somehow.
And Tyr actually had really good timing on that force field.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we be on our way?
Oh yeah, that was the repair Fembot. It's not really much of a fight, even if you fight at full power. If you want to see the difference between the normal, the weakened one and the full power one, head to my channel, Dream Sword, where I actually fight him at full power. For the first time ever.
Hmm.
He's actually a lot more fun to fight, too, if you let him have all his stuff.
Your turn, Guy.
Yeah, because he has more of a variety of things to do.
Yeah.
Luke.
I know, I'm coming.